we do have a recommendation that you go talk to people who are in that community before you start a new center or church. But that kind of reasoning wasn't getting through to her at all, that, there is no policy that they can't do that, because she's sure that she's been wrong, that they didn't even talk to her. And I said, you really are going to have to forgive this minister and to move on. She says, I can't forgive her. She doesn't deserve it. I said, no, she doesn't deserve it, but you do. You do, because you will not be able to move forward until you release this. You have to forgive her for you. So I would ask you in your own life, who do you need to forgive? Who I know hurt you. I know they harmed you. I know what they did was wrong, and I don't approve of it. And I'm not asking you to approve of it. But I'm asking you to release yourself from that victimhood. And say, I know they hurt me. I don't know what their reasons were, but I know they were doing the best they could at the time. Sometimes they think they're helping you by correcting you. Sometimes they, who knows what the motivation is. The person that moved into this territory thought it was open. I don't know what the reasons are. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you don't postpone your good. You don't put off your good by holding on to having been hurt. I know when I came into this teaching, I was blessed with 2 children, and my first one was just a blessing of a child. I just always felt just so blessed to get to be his mother. He was like a little wise person at 1 year old, and I always considered him like my best friend. And when we decided to have another child, and my first one was going to be 5 years old when the second one was born, I had him talked into this was going to be so fun. We were going to have a baby to play with, and it was going to be so nice. And my second one was born screaming. And he was just a holy terror. And I remember when he was just a few months old, my 5-year-old sitting there in his little cowboy outfit in the living room said to me, "This isn't exactly what we had in mind, is it, Mom?" And I used to walk around saying, what did I ever do to deserve this, God? Because he was hyperactive. He was sick a lot. As a matter of fact, I consider him my spiritual teacher now because the doctors weren't helping me with him. I wasn't, with my own brilliance, wasn't able to figure out what to do. And really, it led me to spiritual means for healing and working with him, which did work. And so I consider him my greatest teacher because he led me back to spiritual solutions. I had become agnostic. But I was agnostic, but I would still say things, what did I do to deserve this, God? And I remember saying that in the Science of Mind Center when he was acting up, when I was dragging him along behind me or something. And I thought, I've got to stop saying that, because it means I'm feeling victimized by being his mother. And so I did stop saying it. And I did, I started learning to do spiritual mind treatment to change our minds about him, because we had decided he was a sick little boy just because he was at the doctors all the time and in hospitals all the time. And we decided to stop thinking of him in those terms and treating him that way, and he got better. And the Sunday school teacher said to me, "Have you taught him how to do treatment?" He was only 4 years old. I said, "No, he's too young." He said, "Oh, no, he's not." So we started teaching him also how to affirm his wellness, and so we're able in the now to change our minds, change his mind about that. And after the first year of Science of Mind classes, he I quit taking him to see doctors. He quit going to the pediatric allergist, and he didn't need to go to a doctor again for, another year and a half before he had to take his well exam to go to school. So he was a great teacher for me about how, when we change our minds, we can change our circumstances, and we can stop being victims of circumstance. Do you see?